Can the adage out with the old and in with the new apply to the latest technology? Some companies believe so and see the Ohio Valley as a perfect place for these new high-tech endeavors to thrive. But what are they and how do they operate, and is there a benefit locally? By now, you've likely heard of artificial intelligence data centers and crypto mining, otherwise branded as Bitcoin mining. And while these two technological innovations swiftly gain traction nationwide, the Ohio Valley is also becoming a player in these 21st century creations.
We're going to have to be, I think, willing to educate ourselves on these, these crypto mines, these Bitcoin projects, these AI data centers, because these are all spinoffs from the Intel project.
95th State House District Representative Don Jones believes Eastern Ohio has a role to play with these projects going forward, but it's important to know the difference between the two. AMP-Z in Cadiz is an AI data center that has been fully operational for about a year, and Mayor R. Kevin Jones says he's learned a lot from AMP-Z officials since he first heard about it.
They want to make Cadiz their flagship. It's very important that we have this company here. They are a data center, renewable energy company, where they take the renewable energy. They're going to build greenhouses, which will create a lot of jobs for our area.
AMP-Z was so interested in the piece of land at the old mine site, they provided the village with a $22,000 grant to purchase a new canine for the police department. Mayor Jones said AMP-Z also does solar work, and as it expands into the next phase, more jobs will be coming to the area.
I think they're going to start out with 10 acres in greenhouses, something like that, but they'll eventually have 30 acres. It'll provide, the 10 acres will provide 72 jobs right off the bat. And then when they get the other ones going, it'll provide probably 300 to 400 jobs for this area.
Just a few miles away in Green Township, within the village of Hopedale, Sabre 56 is running a completely separate operation with an unrelated goal. It's a cryptocurrency miner. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, cryptocurrency mining is defined as, quote, adding blocks of transactions to a blockchain by solving complex cryptographic puzzles that require significant computational power. The blockchain represents a digital ledger that allows participants to track transactions across the cryptocurrency network. We made contact with a site manager at Sabre 56 for further explanation, and he told us someone from the corporate offices would be reaching out, but we have yet to hear back. Back in Cadiz, both Representative Jones and Mayor Jones seem to have a clearer picture of what AMP-Z brings to the table.
The AI data center is something that, they've been here for not a real long time, but they took an old building there at the old Cadiz mine portal and totally remodeled. I mean, I went there for a visit back in the summer and was amazed at the inside of the building. I mean, last time I was in there, it was an old typical mine building. It was dirty, it was decrepit. I mean, and they totally remodeled the inside of it.
Data centers are for government files, medical files, educational files. It's really a safer way to store information.
However, both the data center and crypto mine require power, and that is one of the few things that Jones was told when these companies first began scouring the Ohio Valley for land.
I had been approached earlier about looking for facilities if I knew of anything, probably a couple years ago, and and the only thing that I was told was there was a need for a lot of power. That was the only time that I had any interaction with any of those folks, and then they had moved into the Hopedale mine facility, which I was not aware of until last summer.
As for a crypto mine, the U.S. EIA says up to 2.3% of all the electricity consumed in the U.S. may be going to crypto mines, and the industry is still growing. Data centers, according to the International Energy Agency, can consume up to about 1% of total global electric capacity at the present time. The agencies say it's tough to gauge the use of any particular center given the variable size and electrical need. However, the uncertainty behind how these new technologies will get the power they need in the future is the subject of a pending case between the Public Utility Commission of Ohio and AEP. As part of it, AEP Vice President of Regulatory and Finance Matthew McKenzie testified in May of 2024. He was questioned about whether there are any protections against data centers interfering with AEP Ohio's electric grid. He responded saying in part, quote, "For now, the proposed data center tariffs address this issue by requiring that the customer will follow all applicable technical operating requirements, such as not intentionally or unintentionally cycling load in a way that creates an imbalanced or unacceptable system frequency and other requirements that will be maintained and periodically updated for the safety of the larger system." I reached out to PUCO for their thoughts on the ongoing case, but Public Affairs Director Matthew Schilling said that the commission does not comment on pending cases. Meanwhile, State Rep Jones believes that this is just the beginning of these 21st century companies finding land in eastern Ohio.
These are things that we are not used to in rural Ohio. These are things that we think only happen or take place or settle in areas of population, and so we're going to have to educate ourselves about what they are, what do they bring to the area, what are the pros, what are the cons.
And one con, according to a Green Township resident, is the excessive noise at Sabre 56. Tomorrow in part 2 of my story, I speak with the man who lives less than a half mile from it and says the noise is just too much. We'll share what we found out about that tomorrow during News 9 Live at 5.
Hi, I'm Jamie Baker. Thanks for watching. Here's another video for you to watch, and please be sure to subscribe to our channel.